Manchester City have scored a seismic victory in their war with the Premier League after new rules on sponsorship deals were branded unlawful. In a significant, landmark verdict that will send shockwaves through the top flight, a heavyweight panel of retired judges has ruled that regulations aimed at preventing clubs from inflating deals with companies linked to their owners breached the Competition Act, and that the top flight was wrong to stop two recent City deals. The Abu Dhabi-owned 4-in-a-row champions, currently facing 115 charges of breaking Premier League financial rules in a separate case, took the league to court earlier this year. They claimed the rules, brought in after the Saudi-led takeover of Newcastle United and amended in February, were unfair. And in a ruling that could spell trouble for others, not least rivals Arsenal, the system on associated party transactions, APTs, was deemed unlawful. The panel gave a number of reasons, including the fact that the rules do not extend to loans from owners and shareholders. Of £4 billion borrowed across the league, £1.5 billion comes from shareholder loans, including all of the Gunners' estimated £250 million borrowings and almost all of Brighton's. Others in a similar position could also now be impacted should the rules subsequently change. In a statement on Monday, City said, "Manchester City Football Club thanks the distinguished members of the Arbitral Tribunal for their work and considerations and welcomes their findings." In a statement of no fewer than 1,248 words, the Premier League said it welcomed the panel's findings, which endorsed the overall objectives, framework and decision-making of the APT system. It added, the tribunal did, however, identify a small number of discrete elements of the rules which do not, in their current form, comply with competition and public law requirements. These elements can quickly and effectively be remedied by the league and clubs. The statement added that the APT system would continue to operate, taking into account the findings made by the tribunal. City had argued that such payments were unfair and not at market value, as they were often at zero or no interest or did not have to be repaid at all. If commercial rates are now applied, and those loans included in clubs' profit and sustainability accounts, many could find themselves in breach of financial regulation in what could be a nightmare scenario that would heap pressure on Premier League bosses. The verdict could also open the door for City and others to pen significantly higher deals with related parties. The bombshell findings, seen by Mailsport, were delivered in a 175-page report to clubs this afternoon. It remains to be seen what happens next. City are expected to seek costs and damages, while the Premier League are expected to have to amend or dump the system entirely. Other clubs could also seek damages should they believe they have been impacted. The panel ruled the league was wrong to reject, under ATP rules, a wide-ranging new sponsorship deal City had lined up with Etihad late last year. City's previous 10-year deal with the Abu Dhabi-based airline features heavily in the separate case on the 115 charges. The stopping of another deal with an Abu Dhabi-based bank was also branded procedurally unfair. City's expensively assembled legal team led by Lord Panic, the KC spearheading City's defense against the 115, launched a series of claims against APT rules, many of which centered on the element that deals had to represent what the league deemed fair market value, FMV. They claimed rules were designed to end their reign of success and were the result of a tyranny of the majority. While many of their claims were rejected, they scored victories in no fewer than 7 key arguments. City had only needed to show the rules were unlawful for one reason.